As we know that this law of constant proportion will says that which has been given by Mr. Joseph Proust in the year of 1779. He says that any kind of chemical compound, if I have taken for example, if I have taken water, if I'll test water either in anywhere in the world, across the world, if I'll test the water, always it will be made up of two hydrogens and one oxygen, and they're by mass ratio. What is the mass ratio, guys? You will check any water in the world. What is the mass ratio? Always it will be 1:8. Do you understand, everybody? Means if I'll take the water mass in its 8 parts of the mass of the water is because of oxygen, and 1 part of the mass of the water is because of whom, guys? Is because of, yes please, whom it is? Because of hydrogen. Do you understand, everybody? So because of 8 times of mass is because of oxygen, so the ratio of oxygen is 8, and you can see because of 1 time the hydrogen is 1. Now they are asking, see, what mass of oxygen gas would be required to react completely with 3 grams of hydrogen gas, they are asking. So observe very carefully, hydrogen and oxygen ratio, hydrogen and oxygen combined ratio is 1:8. Now means 1 gram of hydrogen, 1 gram of hydrogen needs how many grams of oxygen? Everybody? How many grams of oxygen, Mr. Kaushik? 8 grams of oxygen. Understand, everybody? Now, 1 gram of hydrogen is 8 grams means. Now they are asking completely with 3 grams of hydrogen. So, 1 gram of hydrogen become 3 grams means 1 into 3, which is equals to 3 grams. Now, same way oxygen, how much is required, Mr. Kaushik, Mr. Nimish? Everybody check it. Hydrogen becomes 3 times. Then oxygen also becomes how many times? All of you. Yes, please. One chocolate, 8 rupees, guys. Now 3 chocolates they are asking. How much will bake? 8 threes are how much? 24 rupees. The same way here I am asking. 1 gram of hydrogen needs 8 grams of oxygen. Now same way they are asking 3 grams of hydrogen. Means each gram of hydrogen need 8 grams. So 3 grams means 3 into 8. So 3 into 8 means how many grams of oxygen? All of you. How many grams
24.
of oxygen needed? 24 grams of oxygen is needed. Do you understand, all of you? Yes, Mr. Arun Kailash? Yes. So hydrogen and oxygen combine in the ratio of 1:8 by mass to form water. So what mass of oxygen gases would be required to react completely with 3 grams of hydrogen? For example, they will ask you 5 grams of 5 grams of hydrogen. Can you tell me, Hari, now how much it is required oxygen? 5 grams of hydrogen. Yes, please. Now 5 into 8 equals how many grams of oxygen? 40 grams of oxygen. Mr. Kaushik, you understand or not? I want response. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
That is what you have to remember. So always that mass ratio will never change. That is only called as, what is to call? Law of constant proportion. Okay. So you can write neatly by statement. 1 gram of hydrogen gas requires is equals to how many grams of oxygen? 1 grams of hydrogen gas is required. How many grams, Amma? 1 gram of hydrogen. Yes. 1 gram of hydrogen gas. 1 gram of hydrogen gas requires equals to how many grams of oxygen? All of you. 8 grams of oxygen gas. Now 1 gram become 3 grams means into 3. Now 3 grams it is becoming. So what 3 grams of hydrogen gas requires, here also what will happen, guys? Into 3. Here into 3 means here also into 3. So which is equals how many grams? Everybody. 8 into 3 grams, which is equals how many grams? 24 grams oxygen. Are you clear, everybody? Yes, please. So you have to write the statement. Mitakshri, what is the statement you have written? I want the answer. Johan, what is the statement you have written? Gokul, Harish, Kaushik. Statement is very important. I will keep on says that same thing. Statement right. Thus, 24 grams of oxygen gas. Thus, 24 grams of oxygen gas. Thus, 24 grams of oxygen gas would be required to react. Completely with 3 grams of hydrogen gas. Completely with 3 grams of hydrogen gas. Is it okay, everybody? Yes, please. All of you.
Yes, sir.
That is one. Now, next important question. Very important question. Sample problem 3. You all should write. Write the question first. Later only I will say that. While you're writing, please read outside. I want to know what you will understand. All of you. Yes, please. All of you. Next question. Very, very important. Mr. Kaushik, can you read this question? Mr. Nimish or Arun, tell us. I want to hear your voice. So what they're saying, everybody see that question. Question number 3. All of you see. When 3 grams of carbon is burnt in 8 grams of oxygen, totally how many grams of carbon dioxide is producing? All of you. Check it. How many grams of carbon
11.
dioxide? 11 grams. Let us write that first. 3 grams of carbon reacting with how many grams, Mitakshri? 8 grams of oxygen. 8 grams of oxygen. So that it will produce how many grams? All of you.
11 grams.
Grams of carbon dioxide. Means in the sense of 3 grams of carbon is equals to how many grams of oxygen to required carbon dioxide? How many grams? Everyone? How many oxygen? How much oxygen is required? 3 grams of carbon requires how much oxygen? Yes, please. 3 grams of carbon required how much oxygen? All of you. 8 grams of oxygen to form how much, Amma? To form how much? All of you. 11 grams of CO2. Okay, till here any doubt? Anybody? Please ask me. Yes, all of you. Abhirami, Harini, any doubt? So they are saying that 3 grams of carbon is burnt in 8 grams of oxygen. Means for burning of 3 grams of carbon, how many grams of oxygen is required? Open your mouth. Gokul, Akilan. For burning 3 grams of carbon, how many grams of oxygen is required for us? That is what I am asking.
8 grams.
8 grams of oxygen. So that it will produce how many grams, sorry? 11 grams of carbon dioxide. Okay. Now they are saying what mass of carbon dioxide will be formed? What mass of carbon dioxide will be formed? They are asking mass of carbon dioxide. Mass of carbon dioxide. What is the formula of carbon dioxide, everybody? CO2. Okay. What is the mass of carbon dioxide when burnt in what? How much? Read, everybody. You should learn. You should read. Formed when 3 grams of carbon is burnt in 50 grams of oxygen. Everybody should tell. So let me see who will say. If I'll burn 3 grams of carbon, whatever it is doesn't matter. I am giving you 50 grams of oxygen. Are you understanding? Still out, I will get how much amount of carbon dioxide? Anybody can answer? Smart, you can answer.
53 grams of carbon dioxide.
Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Mitakshri, use mind. Law of constant proportion will says that always the proportion is remains same. Do you understand, Mitakshri, what I'm saying? Do you understand it? Mitakshri, not understanding, ask me. If I'll burn 3 grams of carbon, it will always take how much oxygen? It will always take how much oxygen? It will always take how much oxygen, Amma?
8 grams, sir.
8 grams only. But I am providing now here 50 grams. But still, how much oxygen will be useful? Only how much oxygen is useful?
8 grams.
8 grams only. Now, for example, if you are not understanding, let me go with the general example. For example, I have given you 5 plates of biryani. Do you understand, Mitakshri? All of you understand. 5 plates of biryani I have given. Now, generally, your capacity is now normally 1 plate biryani I have given. You will eat 1 plate. Now I have given 5 plates. But still, how many plates you can eat? Will you eat 5 plates? I'm asking the question. Your capacity is to eat 1 plate of biryani. Now, when I provide 1 plate biryani, also you'll eat 1 plate. If I'll provide 5 plates biryani, will you able to eat 5 plates or only will eat 1 plate? That is what my question.
So only 1 plate.
Only 1 plate. Understanding? So providing oxygen doesn't matter. Quantity of oxygen doesn't matter. That is you have to remember. So quantity of oxygen is not matter. How much amount of carbon is burning? That is matter. What is the carbon burning? Before and now check it. Before also 3 grams of carbon. Here also 3 grams of carbon. Still what is the mass of carbon dioxide will produce? Whenever I will burn the 3 grams of carbon, only it will produce how much amount of carbon dioxide? All of you.
11 grams of carbon.
Only it will produce 11 grams of, again, 11 grams of CO2. Understanding? Means only 8 grams of O2 is used. Remaining how much is there? 50 minus 8, which is equals to 42 grams of O2 will come outside. Do you understand, all of you? Everybody, are you clear? Like same way here, 1 biryani plate I will eat, remaining 4 will be like that only. 4 will remains. Understand, Mitakshri? Now, Abhirami?
Yes, sir.
That is what I want to answer from you all. All of you should remember, whatever the oxygen supply, please remember, if I'll give here 100 grams also doesn't matter. I'll give 100 grams of oxygen also doesn't matter. Still, I will utilize how much oxygen? Only I will utilize how much oxygen, guys?
8 grams.
Only 8 grams I will use. For how much amount of carbon? I will for 3 grams of carbon. So, if carbon will changes, then only amount of oxygen also will changes. Understand, Hari, Kaushik, Mitakshri?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Whenever I am burning, remember all of you, if I am burning 3 grams of carbon, everyone please note it down. 3 grams of carbon with 8 grams of oxygen, 3 grams of carbon with 100 grams of oxygen, 3 grams of carbon with 200 grams of oxygen, doesn't matter. Do you understand, everybody? Always I will get only how many grams of carbon dioxide? Only 11 grams of carbon dioxide. Here also 11 grams of carbon dioxide. Here also how much grams, guys? Only I'll get 11 grams of carbon dioxide. And remaining all the cases, 100 minus 8, which is equals to 92. Here 200 minus 8, which is equals to 192. 192 grams of oxygen. Here 192 grams, 92 grams of O2 will remains outside. It will come outside. Is it okay, all of you? Now are you clear? Yes, Mr. Akilan? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What? Always 3 grams of carbon, which is equals to how many grams of oxygen? 8 grams of oxygen. So it is always remains constant. Now they are asking which law? What is the which law it is following? Anybody? Law of which law it is? Law of all of you. Which law it is satisfying? They are asking which chemical combination will govern your answer. Which law it is governing? Law
of constant.
Yes, constant proportion. And all of you remember, another name of constant proportion is called as fixed proportion. Please note it down. Fixed proportion. Law of fixed proportion or law of constant proportion, both are same. Is it okay, guys? Yes, now everybody, any doubt? Anybody please ask. Are you clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that is what. Write the answer. I will give you. Mitakshar, are you clear? Any doubt?
Yes,
Anyone
sir.
please ask me. Now, your exercise also second question, the same question. You might be studied those who solved. That is why I asked you either you solved exercise or not. But none of you did. That is what I am asking. Exercise also your question, the same question, second question only. So that is the importance of solving NCERT. When we are thorough with NCERT only, we are supposed to go for any other thing. Now, I will show you the NCERT book also. You can see and I will give the answer. Very, very important question. First question you can see here. Second question. When 3 grams of carbon is burnt in 8 grams of oxygen, 11 grams of carbon dioxide is produced. What mass carbon dioxide will be formed when 3 grams of carbon is burnt with 50 grams of oxygen? And which law of chemical combination governs your answer? So, what is the ratio? Always the ratio is 3 is to. Always the ratio is 3 is to 8 only. So, whatever they have given, so we will say, what we will say, guys? Whatever it is given, the ratio is remains 3 is to 8. That is you all need to remember. So always the ratio is 3 is to 8 only. And always what will do, guys? It will produce as whatever if I'll burn, always it will take only 3 grams of carbon is burned. It will consume only 8 grams of oxygen and remaining oxygen will come out as usual into outside. Is it okay, everybody? Yes or no? So always 3 is to 8 is the ratio. So for 3 grams of carbon, always only 8 grams of oxygen will be consumed. Remaining will be come out like a unreactive oxygen. Is it okay, Harish, Gokul, Divya, everyone?
Yes, sir.
That is what. So what is the name of this one? Law of constant proportion, or we can say fixed proportion. Mitakshri, understand? Don't be like normal. Think. That is why it is a tricky question. Not simply 53 grams. Most of them they will give 53 grams, but it should not happen for your case. Write this answer and I will give the statement also. Hari, understand, Hari? Akilan?
Yes, sir.
Write
Yes,
the
sir.
that answer you write what is there in screen and I will say the answer also. That answer you write. First, our answer will be governed by the law of constant proportion. Law of constant proportion. Law of constant proportion. Constant proportion. Neatly write it. Not understand, please kindly ask me. Don't be like this. Law of constant proportions. Full stop. Now, since the carbon and oxygen combine in the now since carbon and oxygen combine in the fixed proportion, since carbon and oxygen combine in the fixed proportion by what, guys? What is the fixed proportion? Anybody? What is the
3
fixed
is to 8,
proportion?
sir.
3 is to 8. That is what? Fixed proportion by 3 is to 8. What it is? Mass ratio or some other ratio? Fixed proportion of 3 is to 8 by mass. 3 is to 8 by mass. 3 is to 8 by mass to produce what, Takshri? To produce, Divya, to produce how much? To produce 11
11 grams.
carbon dioxide. To produce 11 grams of carbon dioxide. Abhirami, understand, Abhirami? To produce 11 grams of carbon dioxide, to produce 11 grams of carbon dioxide, to produce 11 grams of carbon dioxide, comma, therefore, the same mass of carbon dioxide, same mass means how many grams? Everybody, same mass means how many grams? How many grams, guys? 11 grams only.
11 grams.
Okay, same mass of carbon dioxide, bracket you can write 11 grams will be obtained, understand Mr. Nimish? Will be obtained even if you burn 3 grams of carbon, in 50 grams of oxygen, even if you burn 3 grams of carbon, in 50 grams of oxygen, full stop. The extra oxygen, how much is the extra oxygen? Everybody, what is the extra oxygen? 50 minus 8, how much it is?
42, sir.
Yeah, the extra oxygen, you can write 50 minus 8, 42 grams of oxygen. 42 grams of oxygen will remains unreacted. Is it okay, guys? Hope everybody clear? Will remains unreacted. Any doubt, Mr. Nimish? No response at all. Okay. Now, next question. This is the fourth question. That question is completed. Write sample problem 4. This is one of the most important question. Is a basic question for 11th class also. So foundation is very, very important for your future career. So be very careful and solve. Use mind to solve. Don't simply solve it. Now, next question, see. 0.24 grams of sample of compound of oxygen and boron was found by analysis to contain 0.096 grams of boron and 0.144 grams of oxygen. Calculate the percentage composition of the compound by mass. Yes or no? Everybody? Yes, please. Have you understand or not? What is the sample? What is the mass of the compound? Everybody, what is the mass of the compound? Just first one, check it here.
0.24.
0.24. All of you should understand that. Mass of the compound is 0.24 grams. So it is made up of two things. What is the made up of two things? One is made up of boron and another one is made up of what? Oxygen. So, and they are mentioning mass of oxygen, understanding, and mass of boron. What is the mass of boron? Everyone tell me. Mass of boron 0.096 grams plus mass of oxygen is 0.144 grams. Any doubt in this? Anybody can tell? Are you clear? Yes, please. 0.096 plus 0.144, which is equals to 0.24. Add it and tell me, is it right or wrong? Tell me, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Arun, tell us, will never open a mouth. Can you hear me? Answer, please. Is it true or not? Now, so write stately neatly. Mass of boron is equals to 0.096 grams. Next, mass of oxygen is 0.144 gram. Next, mass of compound is 0.24 grams. So it is satisfying the law also. What is the law it is satisfying? Check it, everybody. Mass remains constant before reaction and after reaction. What is the law? Hari?
Law of conservation of mass.
Law of conservation of mass. Do you understand, everybody? Now, let us see. I will teach you now what is the question they are asking? Check the question, everybody. What is the question they are asking? All of you read the question. What they are asking us to find? What they are asking us to find? Calculate the percentage composition compound by mass they are asking. Means, suppose if I'll take my body mass is 50 kg, my mass is made up of oxygen and boron. Understanding everybody? So now I'm asking, what is the mass of oxygen? What is the mass of boron? That is what they're asking. Yes or no, guys? Please respond. Yes, that is what. So we have to calculate percentage also. Now you tell me mathematics percentage always will calculate for how much percentage?
100, sir.
100 percentage. Okay. So now, as we know that mass of oxygen, understanding mass percentage of oxygen plus mass percentage of boron, which is equals to how much, Hari? Totally equals to 100 percentage. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Now we will use a formula here. I will teach you the formula. You all should learn now at this moment. Whenever in future, if they will ask you to find the formula, so like this mass percentage, I will teach you the formula. All of you should remember the formula. First, boron or oxygen given. Check it in the question. They're asking boron or oxygen. Boron is given first. So let me write the keep heading, all of you. I will say you first listen. Percentage of boron in compound is equals to formula will come. Percentage of oxygen you should find. Percentage of boron in compound is equals to formula is, all of you remember, mass of boron in compound divided by, like second chapter we studied one mass percentage solute. Can you tell me what is the formula for mass percentage solute? Mass percentage and volume percentage. I want to answer from you all. Mass of solute. How you found, guys? Mass of solute is equals to, all of you should tell me, mass percentage of solute equals to mass of solute divided by mass of what, Hari? Mass of solution into 100. Same way here, same formula. Percentage of boron is equals to, very good, Harish. Percentage of boron in compound is equals to, all of you remember, mass of boron divided by mass of compound. Mass of compound into 100 percentage. That's all it is. So please, all of you find it and tell me how much percentage. What is the mass of boron? Open your mouth and tell me. What is the mass of boron given?
0.096.
0.096 divided by, what is the mass of compound? Nobody having
0.2.
0.24 into 100. That's all. So now you can remove decimals by multiplying with 1,000. I'm multiplying with 1,000 so that it will turns into what? 96 divided by 240. Is it necessary? Into
Yes, sir.
okay. Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now answer to this question. How much it will come? 96 to 40.
40, sir.
Yes, 40%. 0.4 will come. Is it necessary? Yes or no? All of you? So you will get this one is 0.4. 0.4 into 100, which is equals to 40%. So what is the percentage of mass percentage of boron, everyone? Mass percentage of boron in compound is 40%. Now I want find for oxygen also. So mass percentage of oxygen. Can you tell me the formula? What will happen? Everybody, all of you should tell. Mitaksri, Akilan, Abhirami, mass of oxygen divided by mass of compound into 100. So what is the mass of oxygen? Mass of oxygen, everybody check it. What is the mass of oxygen? 0.144. 0.144 divided by mass of compound is how much, Hari? 0.24 grams.
Yes, sir.
Others never open the mouth. I don't know what life it is also. Into 100. We have to be at least minimum sincerity. Again, you have to multiply with 1,000. Mr. Kaushik, understand or not? So which will turns into 144 divided by 240. So if you'll do this one, all of you do the division and tell me how much it is.
60%.
divided by 240 it is. How much, Mitakshri? Which is equals to 0.6 into 100, which is equals how much, Amma?
60%.
60%. Okay. So that is what mass percentage of oxygen. That is what they are asking. Mass percentage of oxygen is 60%. Okay. Now, sir, is there any other easy method? It is there. After finding the boron mass, as we know, total mass is equals to how much, Amma? Total mass percentage equals to 100%. Okay. So 100 minus 40, if we'll make it, we'll get the mass percentage of oxygen. What will come? How much it is?
60%.
60%. In exam, you can solve like this also. So you can write the formula here. Mass of compound, mass percentage of compound minus mass percentage of boron is equals to mass percentage of oxygen. And you can solve like this also. You'll get the 60%. Is it okay, everybody? Yes. So same formula which we are learning in the second chapter, solute mass and solvent mass, how you will find? Mass of solute is equals to mass percentage of solute is equals to mass of solute divided by mass of solution into 100. Same principle we are using here and we are finding it. Anybody is having any doubt? Please kindly let me know. Are you clear, all of you? Yes. Very, very important question. Okay, solve this question. Once it is completed, let me know. All of you must complete it. Understand? Hurry.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Complete it. Kaushik, Mr. Johan, always making some sound. I don't know. Complete it fastly. That question over, then we'll go to the next one. Make it fast, everybody. Boron percentage. Calculate boron percentage later. The next one, oxygen percentage. Any doubt? So this is only called as law of chemical combinations. One is law of conservation of mass and second one is law of constant proportion, or we can say fixed proportion. So one more is there, law of multiple proportion, which we'll study in the 11th class. Now, to explain this law of chemical combination, with the help of these chemical combination, a scientist name called as Mr. What is his name? Mr. John Dalton came forward with his atomic theory of matter. So that is only we are going to study now. That is what we used to call as Dalton's atomic theory. So now, what is this Dalton atomic theory and what it is saying? Let us study one by one. Have you all completed this one? I want the answer. All of you? Mass percentage of
Yes,
oxygen
sir.
and boron. Everyone completed? Abhirami, Divya, Akilan? Okay, that is what. Now, all of you keep heading. So to explain this chemical combination with the help of this chemical law of chemical combination, a scientist name called as Mr. John Dalton came forward with his atomic theory, and he has been described some properties. He is the first one who described about the smallest units of matter. Who is the smallest units of matter? Everybody? Who is the smallest units of matter? Smallest particles of matter, atoms. And he has been proposed his theory, that theory only called as Dalton's atomic theory. Now, what he is saying and how it will be, so let us discuss. And later classes, his theories proved some points is wrong. Okay, so that is also we'll study it. So now let us discuss here Dalton's atomic theory. So that is what it is saying. So the smallest particle, every matter is made up of a smallest particles, a tiny individual particles. What is that individual particles is called as, everybody? What is the individual particles called as? All of you.
Atoms.
Atoms. Okay. So the theory that all the matter is made up of very tiny indivisible particles is only called as atomic theory of matter, which is proposed by Mr. Dalton. That is why it is called as Dalton's atomic theory. So this theory was given by Mr. John Dalton at the year of 1808. Okay. Now, what is the assumptions? It is not proved, only assumptions, or we can say postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. So that is what these all the things already we studied. The first point said by Mr. John Dalton, if you'll notice it, every matter is made up of smallest particles. What is the smallest particles is called as? Everybody? What is the smallest particles? All of you. Nobody will say. What is the smallest particles?
Atoms, sir.
Atoms. That is the
Atoms.
first point. So he said that all the matter is made up of very small particles called as atoms. And I have shown you Mr. Indian philosopher. What is his name? Maharshi Kannad. What he told. If you are keep on cutting the gold, you can see that the picture also has